How to submit a payment request in REACH. First, log into REACH. On the REACH homepage, navigate to the award. Scroll down the page to the Payments tab. The request summary provides the award amount, total approved requests, and remaining funds. The new payment request amount should not exceed the remaining funds. Also note the total approved requests, because you'll need to enter this amount on the payment request form. You can select View Payment Request Instructions to view line-by-line instructions for completing the payment request. Below the Add Payment Request button is the Payment Request table, which provides a list of each submitted payment request. Select the paper icon in the Actions column to view the PDF version of the payment request. The request number is the number assigned to the request. It is sequential for the award. The amount requested and date are shown. Each payment request has a status and the date that status was applied. The decision comment is provided by IMLS staff and could include a comment about the decision or a note to the grantee regarding the request. Now I'll select Add Payment Request. At the top of the payment request, select View Payment Request Instructions to view the line-by-line instructions for the payment request. Number 1 is defined by the grantee and it's optional. Number 2, the type of payment requested. I'll select Partial. I'll select Cash for the basis of request. There are 2 kinds of payment requests that you could submit for your IMLS award. The first is an advance, the second is a reimbursement. I'm going to complete a reimbursement request. The key difference between a reimbursement and an advance is that for a reimbursement, the period covered by the start and end dates should be prior to the request date. For an advance, the period covered by the request is in the future and must fall within a 30-day period. You can submit an advance up to 15 days of the request start date. For both the reimbursement and advance, the dates should also fall within the award's start and end dates. Now I'll enter the reimbursement period. I'll enter total program outlays up until the request date, which includes both federal and non-federal share. Since I'm submitting a reimbursement request, 6B will be left at 0. 6C is automatically calculated for you. If the total program outlay includes cost share, enter that amount here in 6D. I'm going to leave this at 0. 6E represents the federal share of the outlay and is automatically calculated for you. 6F represents payments that have previously been requested for this award. If you have requests still pending, include that amount also. But if you've submitted a request that's been rejected, do not include that amount. I'll enter $12,000 because that's the total of the approved requests on this award. 6G represents the federal share of this current request, and it's automatically calculated for you. The assurances must be checked to indicate that you agree to all terms and conditions of the award, including authorizing official certification and labor assurances. Now you can submit the payment request and return to the Payments tab on the award in REACH. A modal asks me to confirm the submission. You can see that the request has been added to the request summary table and it has been numbered consecutively. While the request is in submitted status, you can still update it by selecting the pencil icon. Once the request status moves out of the submitted status, the pencil icon goes away and the only action you can take on a request is to view the PDF version of it by selecting the paper icon. If you require assistance with REACH, such as obtaining an account, problems logging in, questions about report submissions, or account changes, send an email to reach-helpdesk@imls.gov.